This article in the news at CNN that how Christians kill sex. I think it's some pagans saying this. I don't know if they are real Christians, because sex is just one of the things people do. Probably sex is the most important thing in their lives. Sex has a special place. It's not only for procreation, but it's also to cement and increase that relational experience. The whole life of a couple that are married, uh, it's kind of sexual. They're seeing about the kids, they're talking, they're going out, they're going to church. All these things are equal to sex, perhaps, because it's not that sex is the only thing that you can do. Being good friends is just as dynamic as having great sex. And yes, it's special, and it perhaps culminates and initiates a new phase, but there are other things that lead to it. Affectionate, respectful, considerate, and so on. This person might even want to say that sometimes how they take their sex to the next level is bringing in some toys and bringing in some other people, and have watching some X-rated movies before, and so many different things. I read a book when I was in college, God Invented Sex, and that says it all. You see, sex now has become like animals. We look what animals are doing and we incorporate their foreplay, etc., into our sexual relationships, hoping to take it to the next level. Some people bring in feces and rub it up on each other. They do so many bizarre things, but sex is not the only thing in life. And I think the Christians do have the true perspective on sex. I know the scientists and other people are trying to pervert it, in that now that they have young girls at 7 and boys at 6, 7, becoming of age, or entering into puberty. It's distorting it, because previously, or at a certain time, let me say puberty happened at 18 years old, and so you had now about 3 or 5 years, and you get married and you move on. But when the child starts at 7 and they start experimenting with sex at 7, then they lose. And what I found is that individuals who have sex very early, they don't have the maturity to understand and to use it, etc., and so that when they get old, it becomes like something they do, and it doesn't have its true place. Sometimes you meet a woman who she knew her boyfriend since they were her husband since they were like 4, and they start having sex as the earliest time they can, but still he doesn't satisfy her the way she wants to, and she meets somebody from another culture or whatever, who hadn't been exposed and burnt out with the early sexual talk and experiences. They give her a better performance, a better relationship. And so, just as the experience in psychology with the chicken and the egg, as soon as the chick came out of an egg, you try to hold it in your hand and let it pick a corn. It misses about 25 times, and after it being several of them that were hatched, the next day you bring out the next one, and the further you go down the road, it's less time he's going to miss it. In other words, some things are better in maturity, so that a child having sex at 7 wouldn't be the same as somebody who waited and perhaps started having sex at 25. It's going to be different. So I don't think that Christianity spoils sex. I think it puts it in its true perspective and its true place, and it doesn't make it as if this is all that there is to life. I mean, society and culture has perverted us and make us feel this way and think this way, but in real terms, it has its place. And when you love the Lord and the angels, can you imagine angels and God admiring two people having sex? But the sex that this guy is talking about, I'm sure God is going to veil his face. They bring in the dildo, they bring in 2, 3 other people, they got to take some drugs, they got to take some Viagra, so leave sex alone, my friend. You don't understand. Sex in Christianity is much more dynamic than sex in the world, or sex with some Satanists.